I don't even get how like girls like just do doggy style. I'd be like, stop looking at my butthole.
Your wardrobe screams fatherless.
Do you have more trust
Honestly,
in that
this
top
is
side
kind
than
of
people?
disgusting.
How was your
and
relationship with
disappointing,
your
but it's
father?
nice. Just saying, why did you get the attention you wanted?
You need Jesus.
That's offensive. Welcome back to That's Offensive. I have a guest here. I guess his real name is Chad. I've been calling him Cherd, and a
Yeah.
lot of people call him Chub.
Cheb, yeah.
Chub.
Yeah.
So to start off, let's get you loosey-goosey. What is the best advice you have for women giving head? Because I feel like a lot of women don't know what to do.
A little bit of ball play is always fun.
Okay, ball play.
Just play with them, I guess. I don't know.
Is deep throating
Flick 'em.
overrated?
No, it's cool, I guess, because it just gets slobbery. I wouldn't know. Mine's douchebag. But
Is it a turn on or a turn off if a girl like pukes on your dick? Because in one aspect, it's like, my dick is that big, she just puked on it. But on
Yeah.
another aspect, there's puke on your dick.
yeah, I haven't had anyone puke on my dick.
Okay.
So that's good. But like it's gotten close before, and I was like, ugh. But one time I got someone. Actually, the ball play is kind of hurts sometimes. And one girl sucked on him so hard that the next time I came blood.
Oh my God.
And I like freaked out. It was the weirdest experience because like I came and I was like but like it also like felt good, so I was like, what is this? I thought I was like dying, and I like messaged my doctor. I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, it's if it doesn't go away, but if it just slowly goes away, it's fine. So the next few times I jacked off just to see if I was like bleeding still. So it was just for literal health reasons. I was like, come on. It's like if you're like artificially inseminating. Is that the right word?
Artificial, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. You're just jacking off into a tube just for science and health purposes.
Do you like fingers in the butthole?
I've done it a few times, yeah, with one of my girlfriends.
Like you put it in
insisted
her
on
butt, or she put it in yours?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it
I think
overrated?
it's fun. I don't know. I hear like the prostate's like the best feeling ever. So
Yeah.
maybe I haven't hit that G spot, that ass spot.
Maybe you
Yeah.
just need like to be pegged.
Yeah, one time
Actually get it.
I was just really drunk, and we were just doing weird stuff, and I put like a machine, the massage gun thing, like up there, and
The
it
whole
hurt.
thing?
This was like the ones that go. It was like a little one, and I did it for no reason, and it kind of hurt, so I didn't love it completely.
Yeah, like the only times I've like had shit in my butthole, it was like the first time a guy like slipped it out of the vagine and then into the butthole, and then I was like pooping blood all week, and I couldn't even like sit down. And
How was that an accident? You gotta like get it in there.
it was just like, the bunny rabbit sex, and then it just like bunny rabbit
Yeah,
kind of
so
thing.
just went right up in there.
Right in. And then I've like done some butt plug shit, and like the last one I did for content, I mean the butt, like the anal beads are easy because they're like small, but the actual butt plug I like blacked out and fell to the floor.
Really?
So I don't yeah, in the rest of the video I ended up like putting the butt plug in my vagina and I was just like, oh my God, I was trying to play it off like it was in my butt.
Have you ever like boofed anything?
Boot?
It's when you like put like a tampon of like vodka or like,
No, I actually haven't, because I have IBS, so the thought of doing that scares me.
Yeah, it's probably dangerous. I haven't done vodka, but yeah, one time on a cruise, I for some reason boofed Molly into a guy's ass.
Wow, you did it.
That was pretty cool. Yeah,
Oh my God.
I have a video of it, but we probably can't show it to anyone.
Not even OnlyFans?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
But
just
I
send him
didn't
a tag.
I didn't get his permission, even though
Oh,
he
yeah.
probably wouldn't care.
Yeah, you
But
just.
I wasn't like, put it.
Yeah, I gotta get
Maybe I'll
permission
blur
and
his
then
face
tag.
or something. I don't know. It was funny.
I have yet to like boo for. I mean, I remember like I used to let guys do lines off my tits all the time, but like then even that, I'm like, Ew, I don't like men enough to do this.
Yeah, true.
Have you ever been shit on while doing anal?
No, luckily, no.
Oh my God, that's really lucky.
Yeah. I've only done it with like girlfriends that I like trust and stuff, and usually
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like a girl can't control if she like shits
yeah,
on
you're
your
right.
dick.
Yeah, I guess that's not a trust thing. She's like, haha, fucker, shit's everywhere. I trusted you. What the hell?
Maybe they just like prepared. Like my one friend, before she like has anal, she like uses an enema in the bathtub just to like flush out her butthole. And I'm like, it doesn't sound very fun to do that in preparation for something that hurts really bad.
Yeah. One time, I was, for some reason, was told to like get my ass eaten by a girl, and she made me like shower and stuff before. It's like a whole ritual.
Yeah, I gotta like
"Alright,
finger
you
your
got-"
butthole a little bit for that to like.
And I was like, what is this? Okay, I could see how people like it, I guess.
Oh my gosh, there's
It's
like
so
this.
vulnerable though. It's like, what the? I don't even get how like girls like just do doggy style. I'd be like, stop looking at my butthole.
See, doggy's fine, but like getting eaten out is really uncomfortable for me with guys because I'm
Yeah.
like, your face is just like in my vagina. Like,
Yeah.
what are you feeling down there? Like,
What you up to down there?
what are you thinking? So I didn't let people really eat me out for the first time till OnlyFans, and I've still only let girls eat me out because they
Yeah.
actually know what they're doing,
Yeah,
and
they're
guys
not just like
don't.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I mean, guys, I say this a lot, but guys are better at sucking dick than girls, and girls are better at sucking clits than guys. Mm-hmm. It's just like you know your own anatomy.
Yeah.
So what
I've
was
had
your...
my dick sucked by a guy.
Huh? You have?
Uh-huh.
Wow. How was that? Okay, was it better? Is my theory true?
It was okay. I think so. I don't know.
You don't know?
I was just like, okay. But yeah,
But you don't notice like a big difference.
not necessarily, I guess.
Damn. Maybe I don't
Because
know.
some girls just, I don't know how do they do it. They go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a magician. I don't think I'd be able to do that. Like, what are you doing down there?
The slobber gobber.
Yeah.
It's like with OnlyFans, I now like watch a lot of my friends give head, and I'm like, show me your ways.
Yeah.
Show me what you're doing, because like how I've had mold poisoning for so long, my mouth dries out really quickly. So I've literally had guys be like, kind of feels like sandpaper, and I'm like, I mean I didn't know I had mold poisoning, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm just so dehydrated.
Oh, that's the worst when you're like dehydrated and hooking up with someone and you're just like, oh, everything's dry and we're miserable. I feel bad if I don't like go down on a girl. I feel like that's like an injustice.
I like basically my whole roster, like my whole number of guys I've hooked up with has basically been from college, and they were all frat guys.
Yeah.
So not a single one ever offered to go down on me. And then after college,
Just like Uber you home.
huh?
They would just get it done and Uber you home. All right, my girlfriend's coming over soon.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny because sometimes I'd be so drunk, I'm like, yeah, I'm spending the night, and they're like, no, you're not, and I'm like, I'm not making it to the Uber, dude. I can't make it. They'd be so pissed. But then after college, I'm just like, guys aren't even that good in bed, so I just like stopped hooking up with men for the most part. It's like once in a blue moon.
That's good.
that
Men
happens.
suck.
Yeah, and you know, girls are just like, I will get off with a girl quicker than I get off with a guy anyways, and then I get content, and then we get the cross promotion, and it works out
Boom.
great. Boom.
We do everything for the content.
Oh
Doy.
yeah, the last guy I hooked up with was for content and
Really?
purely content, and he was like a subscriber who like I'd hooked up with him before. The first time I hooked up with him, he sucked, and then
He did better on camera.
yeah, I was like, I need this because OnlyFans was gonna shut down. There's
Oh,
porn
yeah.
stuff, and I'm like, I need a sex tape out there. So, what was your childhood like?
Oh, nice. A lot
Nice
of sex.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kidding. No, I didn't have sex till like I was like 20 or so. So there's not much sex involved in
Yeah.
my childhood. But my childhood was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. My parents are pretty awesome, and there's nothing, just normal like family stuff, but like nothing crazy.
Okay.
I wasn't like beat or anything.
That's good.
Yeah, or maybe my sisters like would beat me, but that's just because I'm like an annoying little brother.
I think it's very natural for like siblings to like hit each other and like wrestle.
And they would always just beat the fuck out of me, obviously, but like in like a playful way. They were bigger than me.
Yeah.
But now I just beat the fuck out of them all the time. Just kidding. Yeah, I was the youngest. Well, my brother is 7 years younger than me.
Okay.
But it felt like I was like the last child because he came so late.
So being like the last child, because you grew up in like a Mormon household where your parents were really strict with you, because I mean usually the youngest child has the most leniency. Yeah,
kind of. Yeah, pretty much. I think so. I was also just like, I just didn't do much like crazy stuff really. I guess like I didn't drink till I was like 20 either.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so surprising, because knowing you now, it's like every weekend.
All right.
It's like, how does he do this?
I know. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't drink early. I'm just like catching up.
Oh yeah, because I started drinking when I was like 14, 15.
Really?
Actually, I started technically drinking in 8th grade, but I didn't know I was drinking. It's like my friend's dad, when I would go on like their family vacations with him, he would just like make us drinks, and I like didn't like logically put it together that there was alcohol and I was like getting drunk.
That's so weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
When I have kids, I would just 14. Like what the? I would never make
I was
a
actually in like
14-year-old
8th grade.
What? I would feel so weird doing that. It's just like
a little odd looking back at it.
What do you think about it?
And then I went to like a few bat mitzvahs where like they would hand out wine and then grape juice to like the younger people, but they accidentally gave me wine, and I got like blacked out of my mind like an 8th grade bat mitzvah.
What the heck? That's so funny. I was like scared of like alcohol. Like see it, like
Yeah, because so you grew up like in the Mormon church. Like you weren't like caffeine wasn't allowed, right? Like alcohol wasn't allowed. Was it like, what did they teach you about alcohol? Was it like scary?
I would drink caffeine. I would like drink coffee and stuff like with my sister, and they didn't care too much but alcohol was just like alcohol and like weed were like. Cause I didn't even know about any other drugs until like I didn't know like coke was a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you learn it in Dare.
Oh yeah. Dare to be against drugs.
And now you learn it in Euphoria.
I tried my like Euphoria makeup today.
Yeah. Did you watch the last episode?
Yeah, there were so many things that were left unanswered that I'm just like angry, but we're going to have to wait another 2 years now.
Yeah, I guess so.
So you were bullied growing up, or was it you that was bullied, or was it like just your friend group?
It was just like middle school. I feel like everyone kind of goes through that in like middle school. Everyone just like fucking hits each other's dicks and like just punches each other, and like especially like back in the day, just fucked up shit. But like I wasn't bullied too much in like school and stuff really. I kind of like just was there.
While other people were getting bullied?
I don't know. Like obviously like people get bullied and stuff, but I wasn't really like around it, I guess.
Okay.
Like there's just like normal bullying, because like all my friends were like older, and it's just it was easy to pick on me because I was like just. I was just like an angry kid. I just had like a temper, so like I would like freak out on them, and like and it would just be easy to like bully back.
Do you think
but
like
I wouldn't consider it bullying.
Okay, just like picking on you.
Just like kids like being kids and stuff. Bless you.
Thank you. Do you think it made you funny, like getting picked on? Like, is that where your like sense of humor came from, or were you always kind of like a little quirky?
Yeah, I always had like I went through like phases. Like I was pretty like weird and like tried to be really funny up until I was like 14, and then for some reason like or 13 through like 16, I like thought like it was cool to just be miserable. I was like, oh,
were you like that emo kid?
Yeah, I was like emo, but like I wasn't like I didn't like dress the part.
Okay.
I was just emotional, and then like but I was just like sad and thought it'd be cool to like dress or like iron my clothes. Like I don't know what I was thinking. It was like so unlike me, and like I was just like moody and angry and weird. And then after like 16, I was like, wait, I need to start having fun again. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, your mom. What did she feel about like this anger?
Oh yes, it wasn't like that, like angry. Like I don't know, like I just have a weird flashback. I don't think she remembers, but like she put on like anger management tapes for me, and like I just like hated it so bad. I was like 12 or something, and like there's nothing wrong with it because I would just get so mad at like my brother and stuff, and like just like lose my temper and my patience, and like she was like, okay, here, listen to these fun tapes, and I was like, fuck this lady sucks. She's like trying to make like it just made me angry. I was like, fuck.
Where do you think this anger came from?
I don't know, I don't know, I'm just like impatient.
I can't see that anymore. I feel like you've made, like, I don't know, I just haven't seen that side of you.
Really, I still get impatient when like I'm filming, and like just not impatient, just like I get like
Moody.
all like worked up and just anxious, and like my mind is like in 50 different places. Or at like festivals, I get so tired, and then at the end of the night, I'm just like, ugh, no one better mess with me, or I'm gonna like just freak out. But yeah, I've tried to tame it. I don't know. I just have a weird memory. Maybe I just think I have anger problems because like I like was listening to the tapes, and I was like, fuck this thing.
My mom put me in like anger management or like anger therapy when I was like in 5th grade. But I think like a lot of my anger, and maybe this is like where yours came from too, but I felt like the church caused so many anger problems for me because there were so many things the church would tell me. I mean, I wasn't like Mormon, but like
What
my
were
parents,
you? Were you
Baptist Christian.
Okay.
But like in the church, like all these things I wanted to do, they'd be like, this is a sin. And I'd get so angry because I'm like, I'm fighting with myself and who I really am to be Christian. So I would like change my passwords every week to be like, I hate this, I hate that.
That's a good outlet. Okay.
Because my parents would like never guess my passwords either. Like my mom did figure it out once.
Really?
She's like, why are you just like so angry? And I'm like, I can't do anything I want to do.
I hate everything. What did you want to do?
Like, I don't know. I remember in 6th grade, I just had like this weird urge to like watch porn. And for some reason, I really wanted to be like impregnated. I think it's because I started like my period in 6th grade. So my hormones were like up and down and up and down. So I'm like, I was having baby fever until I realized I hated kids. And like, I was just like, I wanted to lose my virginity for some, and I was in 6th grade.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got like I went to Christian camp, and I'm like, oh, I'm wearing a purity ring. Then I would like in class be like, I am saving my virginity till marriage, and then I was like the first to lose it kind of thing.
Whoops, sorry.
Whoops. So I got out of that pretty quick.
Yeah.
But so what are some of your like girl stories growing up? Like some of your awkward moments, awkward girl moments?
Oh yeah, this one story always sticks out to me for some reason. But like I was just so awkward with girls. Like in like 8th grade, like there was this girl I had a crush on, and I didn't talk to her like once, but I always like imagined it in my head, and like I like didn't know her last name, and I thought I needed to like know her last name to like ask her out. And I thought like people just went up to girls like and asked and be like, you want to go out? Like even if they don't know each other, like there's no escalation. It's just like, you want to go out with me?
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, and I was like, I was like, wait, that's not like how it works, because like they don't even know me. And, like I was just so like nervous, and then but like in high school, I was like way too old for to be like this. Weird, but like in high school, like this girl I was sitting with in a science class, and like she was like, why don't you ask out the girl like behind, they're like gossiping about me or something. I was like, why? I don't even know her. I haven't even looked at her. I was like too nervous to even look at her. Like I didn't even know what she looked like. She's like, just do it, just ask her out. Who cares? Like what's gonna happen? I'm like, what? Okay. And like she peer pressured me into like asking this girl. I was like, you want to go out with me? She was like, yeah. And then we're just like sitting there in class like, what the fuck? And then like we walked out.
What do
I
I
was
do next?
Yeah, I was like, why did I do that? This is so awkward.
Did you guys go on any dates after that? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I just went through the motions. Like after class, I like held her hand. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I was like, how do I get out of this? This is so weird. I was probably like 15 or something, maybe 14. Wow. So I was in like my prime like awkward stage. And like I was just like, what am I doing? I like put her as my top like friend on MySpace. I saw like people would do that on MySpace, like put their whatever. And then like I was like, well, I'm just going through the motions, and like I just hang out and hold her hand. We wouldn't even talk, and I'm like, this is so bad. And then like a week, I didn't talk to her for a week, but we like sat like next to each other, and I'm like, this is so bad and cringy. And then like one day I just walked up in front of all her friends, I was like, let's just break up. And she was like, yeah. I'm like,
I feel like not enough movies like portray what an actual high school relationship is like. Like, I mean, this was in middle school, so it's like not as bad as like high school, but I hung out with a guy for like 5 days straight and then changed my whole relationship status to on Facebook to in a relationship, to which he was like, what do you think we're doing? No. But like, especially when you have like conservative parents, like I had like the birds and the bees talk, like you wait till marriage. I didn't have the, this is what like leads up to a relationship talk. Like this is what like progresses to one.
Yeah. It's so funny. What movie was it that was kind of like so awkward? I think it was like 8th grade or something.
Is that like what the movie is called?
Bo Burnham, yeah.
I live under a rock. I don't really watch movies. But...
Oh, it's okay. And but I think it portrayed like just that awkward, like what's going on. But I just had a flashback too. Oh yeah, you know AOL, like instant messenger?
Yeah.
Did you ever use that?
I didn't know.
I would like ask out girls on there, like from school that me and my friends would just be like, just ask her out. And then like we would do it and she would be like, no, I don't even know you. And I'm like, I don't even know myself. And
I do remember using like the Skype, like you can Skype anyone. And I was like, I started using that in like 8th grade because I'm like, I want some friends. And it would just be like guy after guy jerking off. And it was weird because I like wasn't disgusted because I'm one of like the few girls that actually like likes to look at dicks. But like...
Wait, are you talking about like Omegle or chat roulette?
Skype, like you can Skype anyone. There's like that.
What?
It was like a Skype, but it's
kind of
like
Omegle, right?
Yeah, very, very similar. And like that was like my first experience. Like, oh, I think I kind of like penises. like
a random old men's penises just swiping through. So you actually like that? Because like I always would go on and be like, and then like I was like, who would like that? But you were the one.
I wasn't like disgusted, but I kept being scared I was gonna get caught, so I'd like switch out of it. But I was also like, this man is like 20 years older than me, like at least, so it's definitely like fucking weird.
How is that not like illegal? How is chat roulette and Omegle even a thing?
They should not be for people. I think I might have lied and been like, I'm 18 when I was like literally in 8th grade. Like 7th, 8th grade.
Oh my gosh.
Happens.
It
was like the thing back then. They were like, you have to try this. Like men, because me and my friend were like such losers. We were like, we have to try this. Like men actually like us here.
Yeah, I tried that when for some reason I was just like, I got my first computer and I was just like, I'm gonna go on chat roulette. And then like I was like 16 or something, and then I was just like talking to a girl, and then I just got and we were like hitting it off. And I just got so awkward that I was just like, next. And next, and I'm like, what if we could have got married? It's so sad. It's a tragic end.
It's so funny because when you grow up like super religious, every single guy, like in my head until I became like a slut in high school, was like, oh my God, we're gonna get married. I'd like think about like changing my last name to their last name, and then like reality hit me super fucking hard that none of these guys thought the same, and I was literally like a hole.
You thought about this before high school? You were like, we're gonna get married?
Like any guy I had like a crush on, I'd be like, we're gonna get married, like I'm gonna have their like, and then I had my first like boyfriend, and then I like started blowing him, and he started like fingering me, and like I was like, I don't want to be Christian anymore, and then I just became like a hoe, and then like I still had these like weird visualizations, like, oh my God, what if me and this guy get married? And then I'm like, wait, I don't even think I like him, and it was like this weird like battle because I was conditioned growing up to think like sex equals marriage, and I'm like, I barely like I tolerate his personality, like why do I think that?
I barely like him. We're so young. Yeah.
So you're a self-described boring Mormon guy. What does this mean for your like sex life? Like, what does it mean for like what you like porn-wise? Like, what does it mean for you?
I don't watch porn anymore. I did I did when I was young, but me and my friend, like, for some reason, like, the beginning of, like, porn on, like, computers was a funny time. And like,
Wait, is it that new? Has it not been around that long?
when I was in middle school, it came out. I was like 12.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like we would like print out pictures and of like obviously Photoshop like boobs and just like pass it around like whoa. And then like when the internet like came out, or like when we got access to it, we would like all just sit in his room and watch porn. Like his mom was like in the other room. And we were just like sitting there, just like not even jacking off or doing anything. We're just like, whoa. And we just watched porn. And I felt so bad every time, so guilty.
Because his mom was in the other room, or?
No, just because like I was Mormon. So I was like, oh, I have to like tell God and like the bishop and stuff. And like, I was like, oh, this sucks. And I was like, I feel so guilty for looking at this. And like, we would look up like dumb stuff. Like, we did like a lot of like MILF hunters. Like they had a series called MILF hunters, or like we would look up like porn bloopers.
Yeah.
And then I just always felt so bad. I'll just go home and be like we would all just sit there with like boners. I think one time we were like, whoever could get a boner last or something, or whoever gets a boner first loses. Like whatever. Like it's so weird. I don't know if anyone else did that, but we would just sit there as like little kids and just be like, whoa.
I definitely like. I remember when I was like kind of breaking out at like in 6th grade when I had like this rush of hormones. I like tried making my friend watch like porn with me, and she just like looked at me and was like, "This is kind of weird." And I'm like, "All right, look out."
Right, sorry.
I thought this could be like a bonding moment.
This is weird.
But like maybe not. Did you ever watch like stuck porn? Because I think that's like my favorite kind of porn. Like
stuck porn?
Like, oh my God, I'm stuck in this dryer.
Yeah, like the stepsister stuff.
Yeah.
I never
feel
really,
like
yeah.
it's like so unrealistic that like I don't even get turned on by it, but I feel like even for your YouTube you could do stuck bits because of how like it's like my arm just got stuck in this couch somehow and someone has to like fuck me to get out.
Yeah.
It's pure comedy.
One of my friends Ryan's like biggest video is like a stepsister in 2020, and she's like, I'm stuck in the dryer, like please help me do homework. And, like it's like that, like the beginning of a porno. Like, we used to do those kind of videos too. Like me and Bella did one where I was like a lonely pool boy, and we were just like, oh my gosh, we want to smooch you. It's just like feels like the beginning of like a porno.
Oh yeah.
Because like those are always the funniest parts of porn, is when they're just like the worst scripts ever, and it's like it's just so bad, and it's the best part.
I try to make my videos like really fucking funny. Like I've done a bunch of stuck videos because I'm like, people can get a boner while they're like laughing at me. That's like the best part.
I think one time I jacked off to that dinosaur video on Pornhub. Like some guy comes out in a dinosaur. She's like, oh no, and then like he like fucks her with a dinosaur thing on. I was like, this is hilarious and hot at the same time for no reason. Those are the best. I do ones on my OnlyFans. I've done 2 sketches where it's like the beginning of like, it's basically like the beginning of a porno, and then like she shows her like boobs or something, and like at the end, but it's like a sketch just with boobs.
With tits.
They're kind of funny. I should show you one
yeah.
day.
And I've seen you showed me some of your videos.
Oh really?
Yeah. With like
fun.
Karen.
Yeah, with Karen. That one's so funny.
I want to do
hilarious.
one of those.
Yeah.
Did you feel like it was like confusing figuring out your sexuality? Because like you grew up basically saying like you shouldn't have any.
Yeah. No, not really. I don't know. Like I had crushes on like girls and stuff, but I just like, and like I would fantasize about sex a lot, because I was like, it's a mystery thing I'm never gonna have. Oh my gosh! Like,
Wait, did you soak? Did you ever soak?
No, I never soaked.
Okay. For those who don't know what soaking is, do you wanna?
Oh yeah, it's where you just plop in your dick and you don't use friction, because then it would be a sin. And then I guess like I wonder if they actually do. I heard like they actually do, but sometimes they put like a friend
Someone
would go
jumps.
under the bed and like jump. Like, it's so dumb. It's so funny too. Like that's like a Utah thing, I guess.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when you go to like BYU and stuff like that, and everyone's really
Yeah.
fucking horny.
They're just soaking. I should ask my brother because he goes to BYU and just see if he's
Oh.
ever. I don't think he's ever soaked, but
Yeah,
we'll
people
see.
who are still like pretty religious, I feel
Uh.
like trying not to do that. Did you ever like instead of watching porn try to find ways around it so like you weren't sinning, like try to find ways to get like turned on without like being
yeah, I would use my imagination a lot, and then
What did you think like sex felt like? Like just having no
I don't
idea.
know. I thought it was like this insane thing, and then like cause you see it in movies that like just passionate and like just go right in, and
Yeah.
you don't think about like sometimes you gotta put on like a condom, and then it's like awkward, and you're like, let's do this, I guess, and like, so I thought it was like this magical thing.
Yeah.
Like the most I did was go up like a girl's shirt when I was like 16, and I was like afterwards I was like, what did I fucking do? No. And then I went in and told my sister. I think I went and I think I like we were making out. Like I went down her like back and like touched her butt crack or something. And I was like went to my sister. I was like, I did something bad. And she was like woke up from like sleeping. She's like, what? I'm like, I went up like so and so's shirt. And she's like, so what? I'm like, oh, okay.
It's not that big of a
She's like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, oh, I'm just a fucking pussy. Oh.
Oh, yeah. I remember like the moment because I was like, I wasn't gonna be one of those like hypocritical Christians who like was like, I am Christian, but I still like do stuff with guys. So I went from like being a diehard Christian to like 3 months later like blowing a guy at the church because I was like
At the
ditching.
church?
Yeah.
Dang.
Just like went down some steps, and then when we heard people zipped it up and was like,
Oh my gosh.
wow. But he was
Whoa, what's so
what's
weird?
going
Yeah.
on? But he still pretended to be Christian. He's like, we can't actually have sex because that's a sin. And I'm like, this is like we
There's
met
always
at
like these
church.
loopholes and stuff.
Yeah, he was thinking about the loopholes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not a hypocrite, so I'm
God's
like,
up there like, oh, almost. Good job. Just got your dick sucked and just put it in and didn't move. You fooled me, buddy.
he's still going to heaven somehow.
Yeah, he's still going to
Some
heaven.
way.
It's like he's probably like, just come. Just do it already. You're fucking, yeah.
How did you start your YouTube videos?
I like how you just jump like right into like we're like talking about sex. You're like, so your childhood.
It's just like my ADD brain, just like thinking about 50 things
Like, we're
at
done.
once.
Yeah. How did I start? I've always like filmed like stuff on like my phone and stuff with like my cousins and like forced friends to be in it. And
How
then,
old were you when you like started doing that?
Probably like 15 or 16. Well, I would do like film classes in high school and stuff, and I was like the worst weatherman ever. I was like trying to be really funny, and people, I think a funny story is my friend was like, he saw my because I would do a video for the weather, and I would just make up the weather and whatever. I don't even care.
Wait, so that's so funny that your school, because you lived in Southern California, and you guys had a
Marietta.
weather forecast.
Yeah, it was
Even
fun.
though it's probably like 60 degrees.
Yeah,
sunny.
I would say like sometimes like a low of 80 and a high of like 55, and like he wouldn't even fact check it for. I'm like, okay, he just trusted me, and then what was I gonna say? Oh, and then like one time my friend was like, oh yeah, one of your announcements played, and some like one of the hot girls was like laughing hysterically, and I was like, oh sweet. And then he was like, yeah, but then she said, this guy's such an idiot. And I was like, God damn it. I was so far from being funny. Like I just like I thought like being extremely random and stupid was funny, and like it could be, but I just didn't have that. And then like finally I just kind of figured it out.
Yeah, what were your videos like starting out? Because like when you're like 15, 16, but also still pretty religious, I can only imagine like you can't do a lot with your sense of humor, right? Like you can't joke about drugs, you can't joke about sex. Like what did you even joke about? I mean, I guess there is a lot of other jokes, but those are just like the top ones.
The
that come
only
to mind.
jokes are sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I don't know. I would just do like stupid stuff. I don't even know what I did. And then I kind of like flipped a switch and kind of like made it like super edgy for no reason. Like I would
Like
like
in high
write,
school still?
Yeah, in high school I'd have like secret scripts I would write like on my computer. I would write like 120 pages of like a really bad script. Like one of them was like a guy gets his dick cut off in the beginning, and he has to fix his relationship while like he got into like ties with some like mafia people and like cut off his dick for some reason. And then another one where like there's just an insane amount of swearing like unnecessarily, and I was just like,
Was this still in high school?
Yeah, this was still in high school, but like there were like secret ones.
Because like you couldn't do those out loud because like your parents,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but they were so bad, so bad. I think I showed my mom one of them, and she was like, "Cool."
Wow.
Yeah. The first one I did was like a comedy, and then I tried to like do drama and stuff, and I was like, I'm so bad at this.
Yeah.
But then I like did like this one channel called Simple Misfits, and like I did some videos.
Was that your first YouTube channel?
No, me and my friend Spencer like had a channel where we just like did stuff that was so dumb, but some of it's kind of funny. It's just we didn't know what we were doing. We just like moved to LA and just made a bunch of videos that just like sucked. But we were like the only ones that thought they were funny. We're like, nah, this is good. We need to add like 50 jokes into this that make no sense and just go spiral. But then like we did this prank channel that we took over, and like.
Did you like buy a channel that was already had like subscribers, or like how did you like take over it?
There was like a host, and he like gave it to us, and like and we were like, okay, this isn't weird, and like everyone's like, why the fuck is there a different like host, like what's going on? And like our videos were like way like weirder. Yeah. But like some of them were funny. We just like went way too edgy on some of them. Like my grandma, like she still calls me. She's like, don't swear in your videos. It'll be a lot funnier. And I'm like, yeah. And then
It'd be funnier if you didn't.
It'd be funnier if you
How
didn't.
are they like edgy though? Because like there's a lot of like things that could be edgy. Is it just the swearing, or like were you like falling off like?
We did some crazy stuff, but I guess nothing too like overly edgy. Like the biggest one we did was like an anti-feminist protest, like as a joke, and like I got like slapped and stuff, but like we were just like playing like really nerdy characters that were obviously like incels. And like everyone knew it was a joke besides like one person. Like we were just like, why do we get body shamed for our small penises and like stuff like that. But I guess it wasn't too like edgy. It was like obviously a joke. I'm not anti-feminist, guys.
Yeah, he's actually probably like one of the more feminist guys I know.
Nice. Yeah, I like to stand for female comedians.
Oh yeah, if only.
Yeah, I try to put what.
I was gonna say if only I was like funnier on stage. I'm like, I used to imagine myself, because I used to do drama when I was younger, and then my drama teacher just was like crushing my dreams. She's like, Adelia, you're not that girl kind of thing.
Wow, in high school?
Yeah, and then because I like did drama for like 3 years before that,
really?
and then after that I was just I stopped drama. I was like, I'm just not that funny. I'm gonna make my personality that I have horses and that I drink a lot.
a wino horse girl. I could see you vibing with that.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool.
I was like a major horse girl, and then and now I try to do some skits, but I'm like,
you're funny in my sketches.
Thank you. I think it just takes a lot of practice.
You in them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's best just to throw you. You're like, I'm gonna come over and hang. I was like, okay, cool. You're gonna be in the video.
I was not expecting that at all. I'm like, really? That's so nice of him.
So we just did like 50 videos that day.
Honestly, it's good that you didn't. I would have been freaking out all day if you would have told me I was gonna be in the video, because like even today, just to do my podcast, I have to drink so much caffeine to get my nerves out.
Yeah. Sometimes better just to throw them in. I did that with my family, because and they actually are really funny. Is your
family down to be in your videos now? Because they are like.
Yeah, I was nervous at first, but I think it's funny because when I broke my leg, I was like on a bunch of painkillers, and I brought my camera to like this. Like, my whole family was there, and I'm like, I just threw it on them. I was like, we're gonna film a video. I don't know what it's gonna be, and they're like, okay, and like they all were like actually really funny in it.
Where did you come up with your ideas?
Hard.
Like, where do you just like? Do you have lucid dreams and come up with these? Like, how do you like creatively think of all these things?
I don't know. They come out like just like not thinking and like conversations with friends and like we have such like a big like comedy community now, which is awesome. That like we just like riff and then like come up with an idea and we're like, oh, we got to film that. And then we do it. Or like I just like see someone that's like cringy or weird. Like the Uber one, I was like,
oh yeah.
My friend was like, yeah, this guy was like just asking me so many questions in the Uber. And I'm like, it's so creepy. Like, what? Like, he's like, yeah, where are you going? Like, do you have a boyfriend? It's like, they shouldn't be asking that kind of stuff.
So,
so
like,
creepy.
you reminded me of Riff Raff. Like, I don't know if that was the vibe you were going for.
Yeah. I just like try to think of like the douchiest guy ever, and then I just
Riff Raff.
Just do that. Yeah, Riff Raff.
Were you like, so when you first started like your YouTube channels, did you ever get like shit on or a lot of hate, or were you like always just like this well-liked dude?
No, we definitely got a lot of hate on the prank channel. I did the cringiest stuff, the cringiest one. I like went on the bus and like sang bus tunes on like the LA bus, and everyone's like, shut up. And then like for some reason I was like forcing myself to go out of my comfort zone to do it, and I was like, this is so cringy. I'll just go on and be like, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and like everyone's like, what the fuck, I'm going to work. And then another one I like did like the Shia LaBeouf like, do it, just do it in public, like as loud in front of like a bunch of people, like in and out and stuff. And
yeah.
It went on like r/cringe, and I was like, I'm just a
on
dumbass.
Like Reddit?
Yeah, on Reddit.
Do you like read the Reddit threads about yourself?
Yeah, they're just like, it's so bad. And I just like stopped looking at it, and I just like, and then that night I was like, I'm just gonna forget and just drink, like drank myself silly. I was like, I guess I'm just a cringe lord.
Like, how did you build confidence then, like, getting your scripts out? Because, like, oh my, like, when I first started social media, like, I had, like, my dad made me delete it, but I had, like, an Instagram page where, like, I would post, like, videos of me, like, headbanging, and it, like, kind of blew up. But then it would be, like, comment after comment, like, you suck at dancing, you're so cringy. And I'd be like,
rude.
I thought I looked kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
I look like a badass headbanging. And, like, I would just stop posting the videos. So, like, what was the process?
You probably got like one comment, but you just read that one hate comment,
No.
and the rest were all nice. Or
No, it was,
really?
like, over 40 comments on, like, one
People
video.
are so mean to girls on the internet. Like, it's
And
crazy.
this was, like, in 2018-ish, like,
Yeah.
when... And I remember, like, because, like, I started dating a guy in a frat, and, like, all of his friends thought I was weird at first, and then I became friends with him, like, my senior year.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, we used to, like, all send the screenshots of you getting bullied in our group chat and laugh about it.
Oh, my God.
I was like, damn. So it was cringy.
They all laugh behind your back. Why did they even tell you that?
Because then I was friends with them.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah.
felt comfortable telling me that. And I'm like, wow, just everyone hated on me.
Yeah.
But I mean, the more comments, the more views.
That's true.
That's how I look at it now.
Yeah. People are so much meaner to like girls on social media than they are guys. Like,
Oh
I
my
bet
gosh.
your DMs are just like filled with weird shit. Like, you don't respond, and they're like, "Guess what? Fuck you." They're like, "I love you so much. You're so pretty." And like they don't comment. They're like, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
Well, like, the ones
Like,
that
whoa.
bother me the most is, like, I get a lot of comments from men on my TikTok basically telling me I deserve to be raped because of the way I'm dressed.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
those are the ones that bother me the most.
Those are so fucked.
Because I'm like, okay, you can call me ugly. Like, I know I'm not ugly. Call me that. But that took a while to be like, I'm okay with people calling me ugly. You can say my personality sucks. I think that's the best part of me. Like, you can say all these things,
love
but being
our
like,
shitty
you
personalities.
you deserve to be raped. Like, but
Oh, yeah.
how did you get into, like, thinking, like, like, I'm actually kind of cool. Like, my videos are kind of dope. Like, I don't read the hate comments anymore.
Yeah. I still read the hate comments, and I'm like, fuck. Like, there's like a bunch of nice comments, and then there's like one comment that I'm like, meh. The ones that are like, you used to be funny. I'm like, Or I got one the other day that was like, your face is fat. And I'm like, oh. And then I looked, and I'm like, yeah, because I eat a lot of salt. And I'm like, fine, I won't eat salt anymore, haters.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
like one comment. But I don't know. Like, it's just when like other people started like gravitating towards my videos, and I like
Yeah.
to have like a bunch of people in them all the time, because I kind of like just directing and stuff, but I
Yeah.
like to be in them too. But yeah, just when like people started gravitating towards
Getting
like
an
being
actual,
in my videos
fan
and
base.
wanting to, and like other comedians like reaching out and stuff that I've like looked up to. That's when I'm always like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burp. Or do I? It's like coming
let
up.
it out. Let it out.
I think because I
I
said
could
it, it
just
went away.
pat you on the back. You just throw up a little bit of
I
like
jinxed it.
a baby formula.
Did you ever like go to therapy for like getting bullied online, or were you always just like, I can deal with this myself?
I have a therapist, and I talk a lot about like the ups and downs of like social media and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm taking off, and then like it stops for a little bit, and you're like, I'm a fucking failure. I'm gonna fucking just quit and just go to Bangladesh and own a chicken farm.
Tell me about it, because it's like all of us, like on TikTok, I'll be on a roll, like I'm getting views, and then I'll have a solid month where people are like, what happened? You have like almost 500,000 followers and you're getting like 5,000.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Sometimes I only get a few hundred views. It's usually the ones with clothes on where I'm just kind of like sharing my feelings. But I'm hoping one day when I'm just doing that, it'll take off. I'm like, there's just so many, like, it's hard to get people to like your personality.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
Just like our personalities.
Like,
stop body shaming me.
do you get body shamed?
No, not really.
Okay.
I wish. I should get body shamed.
Yeah, like people being like short king.
Yeah, I do get. Wait, are you calling me short?
No, but that's just the thing. Like,
We love short kings.
we love short. Well, I mean, I like tall, skinny kings.
Yeah.
But I mean, all kings. You know, it's just I'm
All
attracted to the anorexic looking ones.
Yeah. I used to be pretty anorexic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I
It's
guess just
probably
getting
age.
older. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I used to be really skinny, and then all of a sudden like I hit puberty, and I was like, holy shit, I can't eat a whole loaf of bread in a day anymore. Like it was really
man.
hard to process,
Yeah.
and I couldn't eat what I wanted. So growing up, like being Mormon and then doing OnlyFans videos where like people's tits are in it, like was there any like, oh, this feels a little naughty, or did you already like get over that by the point you like made an OnlyFans?
Yeah, I've only done like 2 videos, and like they are like a little awkward. Like I like to like know them and stuff, and
I want to make one. I want to be as awkward as possible.
let's do it. It'd be so funny. They turn out really funny. They're just It just feels like the beginning of a porno, and then there's like a little bit of stuff. But I probably couldn't have done it if I like didn't like work with so many girls and like already
Who
direct
are
like
porn stars or like OnlyFans porn stars?
yeah, and just like directing girls in general, like just in a normal sketch too.
Yeah.
Was like kind of nerve-wracking at first, just because like I was just like awkward. But then once I got like the confidence, it was like easier to like direct like a bunch of people too, and then like the OnlyFans transition kind of. It was like easier to do that, but it's still like a little like awkward for me. So I just want to make it like fun and stuff, and obviously just see they just tell me like their boundaries, I guess, and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't really take them like too far.
Yeah, because like there
Usually
is like
tame.
a huge difference between like showing tits and like fucking fingering a girl
Yeah.
on your OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's usually pretty tame.
That's
but-
like a huge jump. Like it took me a month to even start showing my vagina, and I was because I'm like, well, that's what makes you a porn star is like when you show vagina. Like tits is still like a nude model, but like vagina is like a porn star.
Yeah.
How did you like develop a little comedian family here in LA? Because like I mean I'm from LA, and I have felt like ever since I started like I mean my following isn't even like huge, but like I have like already felt like people trying to like use me, or like all of a sudden like, oh my God, can we shoot OnlyFans content? Can we shoot videos? Like I have a brand deal I want you to do with me, and I'm like, how do you get past that, or do you just not like care about it? Like how are you able to like get a good family in LA?
Yeah, there is a lot of like just dumb stuff going on in LA, but I feel like super happy because like I don't know how, but I just put people in videos that aren't necessarily like comedians and stuff, but I feel like my thing is I find like what people are like good at, or like if they're good at acting like this or acting like that, or like if they are just like bad at acting, just play into that, you know?
Yeah.
And like, but like I like to like find out what people are good at. And some people are like the star of every star of the video that they're in. But yeah, it's cool to work with like comedians and
Yeah.
that aren't just like influencers and stuff but yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I just kind of like have a very inviting like space, and like we kind of half improvise, so it's like easier to act kind of like that. Like how we like kind of just improvise that whole like Uber scene.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like easier just to respond to something like you haven't heard before, and you're not like saying a line. And so like people like could act easier like that, and it's like more fun.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, usually like yesterday I had a huge group of like 25 people. We're doing like a battle scene, and like people will like, when there's that many people, they'll kind of have like a bit of like, oh, let me do this, and then I'm like, all right, yeah. And so like people either like make it up themselves or find like their character in the actual like, video, which is really cool.
So you haven't had like any experiences of people being like shady in LA? Oh, you're so lucky.
No, I have, like, there's definitely like shady people. I try to like wean those off. There's just people that like talk so much, and I'm like, oh, shut up, just like do. Like, you know, like I definitely had like people that probably took advantage of me. But like you can,
Life goes on.
Life
Is
like,
life.
just money. Like,
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it happens a lot in like the corporate world too. Cause,
yeah,
like,
it probably
even in
happens
corporate
everywhere.
world, it's like your boss is like, we're a team, we're family, and then like
here's some pizza.
you
I'm
like
gonna
quit
fuck
your
you.
job and they never talk to you again. Or like every single one of my old coworkers unfollowed me when I started OnlyFans.
Really?
And like we used to hang out I mean, it was like a group of 5 of us, but I remember they used to talk. This is part of the reason I didn't want to make one, because they were like, we have no respect for OnlyFans girls. And I'm like, why is that?
Why?
So they just, you know, closed-minded. But yeah, so they all unfollowed me, and I was like, thanks, guys.
Yeah, it was funny because I did a whole series with Bella, like one of our more popular ones, and like it was about, it like turned into OnlyFans, like about that. And then like my mom was like so confused. She's like, so what's OnlyFans? Is it porn? I'm like, no. I'm like, it's a place where like girls could post whatever they want, and like it's like better than like Pornhub, where there's just like weird shit going on and stuff. And I was like trying to explain to her, but she's just like conservative and stuff, obviously, and like just
so you
like,
didn't want to say.
Yeah, she's like, wait, is it like, are they just like porn stars? I'm like, no, it's different. Don't worry about it, and don't go on it. You don't need this.
It's so funny because like my mom is like, I don't want to know a single thing, and my dad looked up my Reddit. And
oh no.
And he like sent me screenshots of my nudes and was like, this is how you're empowering women. And I'm like, that's pretty weird to like Google your daughter's nudes.
No,
and
that's so weird.
And then this was the annoying part. He showed his friends
No.
to be like, was I fucked up in this situation? Like showing them the text messages. I only found out because of my mom being like, was I fucked up? So then his friends saw, like, it was like a selfie, a mirror selfie with my vagina out.
What? And your dad is sending that to your friends?
Well, he was like showing people to be like, was I like fucked up in the situation? But like, there's obviously a nude picture in there. Like,
That's so weird. That was basically the sketch me and Bella did. Was like the dad finds out and he's like, "What is this? Oh God!"
Yeah.
Oh no. That's so funny. That must be a weird situation for like dads with daughters that have OnlyFans, because their upbringing is so far different, and then they're like, wait, so my daughter's just naked online making a shit ton of money from guys for this? Oh no.
And my parents are so religious too.
Yeah.
And like my dad is just like so hateful towards people. He's like even when I posted like my rave pasty photos, he's like, you're a whore.
Yeah.
And now I'm like actually naked. He's like, oh, wow, she's really a whore.
This is really oh no.
So any last words? Anything you want to like tell the audience? Like sharing any deep dark secrets last minute?
I don't know if I have any deep dark secrets.
Any messages?
I'm an open book. Yeah, just hang out with good people that aren't gonna frick you over.
Frick you over, wow!
I
really
doing
one for the parents.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny to going back on like I think it's kind of funny to say like frick and heck and stuff too. So there's
Big
a way to be
heckin'.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
big heckin'. But and don't swear just to get back at parents and religious people.
Oh yeah.
And hang out with good people. Find your crew and keep it small and powerful. You're in our crew now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like had no LA friends coming here, or the LA friends I did have like didn't like to go out or go to like dubstep shows, but now I've been 2 months sober.
Nice.
Hopefully gonna get fucked up again soon. So I don't know. I have to wait till I'm stopped being the pills.
Yeah, we
Which
gotta
is,
go
like,
to a
another
rave
month.
again. I saw you like for 2 seconds at that one.
Oh, and I was like falling over, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty fucked up.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious.
So where can people find you?
On YouTube, Cherdleys, or Instagram. It's all the same name.
How do you spell it? Okay.
Cherdleys.
All right. Thank you so much for being
Thanks
on.
for having me. You're the best.
It's fun. Woo.
Bye.